Excitement can cause a lot of problems in our lives. Now, there's nothing wrong with being excited every now and then, so I just want to make that disclaimer before we start this video. It's when you want it to be a constant, when you're chasing excitement, chasing like this big thing in life. In my life, I did this myself. I chased excitement, and it can lead to a lot of problems. It can lead to drug abuse. It can lead to you getting into a relationship and they're totally toxic. It could lead into you meeting the wrong kinds of people and being around the wrong types of people. And so we've been trained to want excitement, to want that dopamine release, to wanting to feel really, really good. And so a lot of us are using relationships, even videos like this, as entertainment rather than using it as a tool or as an actual product to really change your lives and have something sustainable. So let's talk a little bit more about that. Let's get started. Hey greatness, it's Gavin here from Wake Up Fulfilled. Welcome back to my channel. I'm a subconscious mind specialist. And in this video, we're going to be talking about excitement. Now, I believe in feeling good. I believe in having that sense of contentment and inner peace and happiness and joy within yourself. Right now, I feel absolutely amazing. And to feel this way all of the time and to feel that level of excitement all of the time, it can be a little bit unsustainable. Have you ever noticed that you'll have like a peak experience and then you'll come back down? It could be things like caffeine or smoking weed or taking drugs or drinking alcohol or going out to party or, going on a holiday or something like this. You'll have these peak experiences and then there's a come down, right? And so we need to understand this on a deep and intuitive level. When we constantly try to chase these things, it's not necessarily healthy for the mind and it's not necessarily healthy for your spirit. When I say for your spirit, I'm talking about understanding that there will be a void created, and chances are when you're chasing excitement, there is a void anyway. Okay, there's a void within that says you need these things in order to feel good. You need these things in order to feel a certain way. When in actuality, you hold all the power. The world has taught you to go for this excitement. I'm someone that likes to watch rom-com movies. Don't know why. I'm a little bit of a love person, whatever you want to call it. And when I was watching these movies, it would train my mind to believe in this fairy tale kind of relationship, right? And in believing in this fairy tale kind of relationship, it's like you're always kind of seeking that. And so when it's not that, when it's not meeting that level of excitement, you're like, there's a problem, something's wrong, like we need to do better, blah, 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 whatever, right? And so we are thinking it's supposed to be up here when really it's supposed to be here, So I do believe that, relationships can be excellent, it can be amazing, it can be fun, be freeing. But at the same time, it's when you have the wrong idea of what it actually is. And I think a lot of people do. And so when it's not matching that, it's like, well, this is not matching my expectations, so there's something wrong. And so what I've learned is that a relationship's just a few things, and we expect it to be more than it is. Some people think, the man's supposed to do this and the woman's supposed to do this, and you're supposed to give me a lot of gifts, and that's what love is. And even though that can be someone's love language or whatever it is, or this person's supposed to do this for me and like this and that. It's what you've learned from movies. It's what you've learned from your environment. And so we have to begin to understand these things in other areas of our lives, about money, about success, and, all this stuff. Is like we're chasing these things and we don't even know why. Right? It's like the rat race, okay, or the human race. Why did they call it a race? This is not a race. And we need to understand that on a very deep and intuitive level. As soon as we stop racing and chasing, we'll get back to ourselves. There's a really good movie by Steven Spielberg. I can't remember what the movie is, but it's like they're driving these cars. They're in like a virtual computer world or whatever it is, and they're driving these cars, right? And nobody has ever won this race. They've never got to the end of this race. For some reason, everyone keeps on losing this race. And everyone's just driving forward, trying to win this race, trying to make it happen, right? And everyone keeps on failing. Like for years and years and years and years, no one's ever passed this particular race. Because at the end of the race, you're supposed to get some sort of gift or whatever it is, and that's going to unlock the next level. And so this guy comes along and he's trying to win the race. He's getting close. He's trying to win and he's realizing, well, this is not working. There must be a different way, all right? And so what he does in the next race is he's, revving up his car, right? Everyone's getting ready to go. And then boom, everyone speeds off, going. And he's just sitting there still, right? And he waits until everyone's disappeared into the race. And he's just sitting there. And then what he does is he starts reversing. He starts going backwards, all right? He starts reversing, going backwards. And as soon as he goes backwards, the floor goes down, and then he goes into this like basement thing or whatever it is, and then he wins the race. He gets to the gift, the key that unlocks the next level. And so what I'm referring to here is that instead of going forward in life, sometimes you need to go backwards in life, into yourself. All right, you need to go into yourself, and that's where the key is. That's where everything is. All right, and so there are people. Through the ayahuasca taught me that there are people in the movie world, the cinema world, or Hollywood, that are of the love and the light. Okay, so I just want to let you know, not everyone in Hollywood's like of the darkness. All right, so there are people that are of love and light in Hollywood, and ayahuasca showed me like these people. And so going backwards is basically, it was for me, it was a metaphor for going into thyself, literally going into you, reversing into yourself, rather than being attached to what life has taught you. Okay, and then life gives you now that gift, right, to get to that next level. Okay, and so for me, as soon as I became aware that I'm not my ego and I'm not my thoughts and I'm not my emotions, it gave me the skill set to reprogram my subconscious mind, and now it helped me take my life to the next level. And so we want to go within. We want to go within to ourselves and know that there's so much excitement this way. There's so much life this way. There's so much power this way. All the entertainment that's out there is nothing compared to what you can do with your mind and what you can do in shifting yourself and really building getting in touch with yourself and the Most High, God, whatever your belief system is. That is the most powerful level of excitement. And once you have that, you realize that these things externally, the relationships, the money, the success, it's just sort of an extension. It's like a bonus to the life. It's a bonus to this lifetime. It's a bonus to your experience here. And you don't necessarily need this thing. There's no attachment to these things. You're just acquiring these things because you want to prove to yourself that you can do it. You go for it because you understand it's going to make me good for a little bit. It's going to make me feel good for a little while, right? And then, it's going to be like I'm going to go back to my default state, which is the connection with God and the higher power and myself, right? And if you're wanting to create a business and something long-term and sustainable, you can approach building that business with without the ego getting in the way. You're not chasing the business success based on excitement. You're not chasing these goals based on excitement or some external outcome and thinking that's going to make you feel good. You feel good already, and you're moving into the business, you're moving into the lifestyle already feeling good. And so it doesn't matter whether you achieve it or you fail or whatever it is, and all these belief systems and ideas. You're connected to God, you're connected to yourself, you love yourself, you appreciate yourself. And so all of these things externally don't matter as much. And that's where all your power lies, that you realizing how powerful you really are without anything. All right. And so we tend to chase things. We tend to chase relationships. We tend to chase money. We tend to chase, our goals and success and all of these things. But in actuality, we are the success. I mean, you're already successful. Out of all of the sperm, you reach the egg first. And this amazing thing happens when the sperm enters the egg. There's this explosion that happens, You can go look at it on the internet. There's an explosion that happens when the sperm enters into the egg. There's an explosion that happens, and so this explosion is like, you know, winning the race or celebrating the fireworks in that. And so we have to remember that we have extreme levels of power, and it's not some egotistical based power. It's more of a love based power. All right, and you can access more of that by realizing that life is telling us to chase excitement and chase all of these things. But when you get in touch with yourself and you connect with thyself more and more, and you rid yourself of programs that don't align with truth and love, it will radically shift your life, and you'll have a lot of inner peace and courage to make what you want happen from a space of abundance rather than from a space of lack. All right. So if you found something in this video useful, be sure to comment below. If you have any questions, be sure to comment below. I answer questions every Friday. And I just launched my new program, Neutrality Shifting Life Mastery, which teaches you how to reprogram your subconscious mind and transform your life on a really powerful level, on a personality level, so you can make more money, have more success, take more action, and reach your goals, dreams, and desires much faster. You can apply to work with us at neutralityshifting.com and get your free subconscious mind diagnosis session over there. There'll be a link above or below this video where you can go ahead and get that. And remember to keep learning, keep growing, keep expanding, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.